Welcome to Martini Time. And the topic I just wrote and I want to talk about, connecting some dots. As you can see, I have my little skull martini glass. And we're going to talk about dancing on death. The Grateful Dead, right? So let's connect some dots, because if you can't dance on death, you can't dance on life. And that's because life and death are one. You can't have one without the other. Nowhere, no way, no how can you have life without death. In fact, life eats death, eats life. We all eat life. Life eats us. We're all being eaten. We're all dying. As soon as you're born, you're dying. We'd like to separate and create this big gap, you see, between life and death is off there somewhere, you see. We want to have all life, no death. All up, no down. All good, no bad. All sweet, no sour, you see. We separate the pair of opposites. And then we're upset when when the gap between the two snap, you see. But death is more than just physical death. Death is loss. Death is the end. Death is, oh crap. The washing machine just broke down and I thought all my bills were paid. I thought we had arrived. And damn it, the washing machine just broke down, you see. That's a death. If you lose an argument, that's a death. So every loss is a death, you see. So how do you dance on that? My favorite dancers are Zorba the Greek and Shiva. Both are dancing on death. And both, particularly Shiva here, Shiva is the Hindu god of destruction and life, creation. Creation and destruction. C and D as one. Not two, you see, one. So, just like a turd, see the less destruction, turd. But it's compost. Looks the same, smells different. You see. So life and death are really one, but they're like two sides of a coin. So we only want heads, you see. And we don't want the other side to show up, but they are one coin. Two views, one coin, you see. So they're constantly flipping. So if destruction comes up, loss comes up, how do you flip it to life, you see? How do you flip it when your good intentions go bad? That's the question. How do you flip it so you're not stuck in despair, you see? So that's where Zorba the Greek comes up. I come up with this movie all the time, so I really recommend you watch it. It has been like, I first came out in 1963 when I watched it, and it's been going off in me ever since. It's just a great movie metaphor. My movie guru, if a movie can be a guru, Zorba the Greek is my movie guru. And I'm constantly quoting him and remembering him. And even now, after all these years, he's still revealing his wisdom to me. This wise old Greek told me so, you see. That's kind of a time-release wisdom capsule. So all of our wisdom that we learn, whether it's the Bible or whatever spiritual teaching, is kind of like a time-release wisdom capsule that you eat with the heart, and it releases its wisdom to you as you need it. Can't be all at once, because then it just goes out with your pee. You see what I mean? So you want the wisdom to be released slowly when you need it, you see. And this is a matter of the heart, because wisdom comes from the heart, not the mind, you see. Mind's full of logic, and mind is a scalpel. Mind is what divides life from death and sees only wants to see the life, the good pieces. It cuts the fat away, cuts the bad pieces off, you see. Get rid of the fat and the gristle and all that stuff, just have the juicy part. That's what mind does, you see. But heart unites. So when you dance on death, when you can dance on your own, the death of your good intentions, the death of your plans, the death of your expectations, the death of your hopes, that's when you can dance, you see. You can't dance when everything's going right. There is no dance then, when everything is just perfect and everything is paid and, your train's going in the right direction and the money's coming in and everything is just right. There is no dance then. There's fear. There's fear that it will end, and it will, you see. So there's fear. So there's kind of like, I don't want it to end. What's going to happen? Something's going to happen. I know it. I feel it. Something's going to happen. This can't last forever. So behind every good intention, good thing, there's always this little fear that it won't last, you see. How long can I stay? How long can I keep this ice cream from melting? How far can I go on this tank of gas? You see, everything has an end. We know that. And it's only when the end comes that we can dance. It's only when the end comes that we can dance on the death head, you see. That's where the dance is. So, what fuels the dance? Well, what fuels the dance is the death, is the end, is the suffering. Now, this doesn't mean you dance on suffering. It means that the dance, the laughter, transmutes the negative into the positive. The dance, the liberation of the dance. Zorba was all about liberation. He said, I know a lot of you probably haven't seen the movie, but it basically was a dialogue or a drama between Zorba, this Dionysian old Greek, and this intellectual Englishman. And they had good intentions to restore a mine and dig out the treasure and bring life back to this island, you see. Good intentions. So there was this dance between these two, the intellect and the wisdom heart. The mind, the intellect, and the analysis, and all the books and the knowledge, and the body, the heart, you see. So Zorba says, when it comes to working for you, whatever you want, I'm your man. But when it comes to the dance, I am free. My feet know what to do, you see. So there's a surrender in the dance. And this is true. You go to a reception. I bring this up all the time because it used to be a wedding photographer, and it's very fun to watch. The reception. When the music starts and the women jump in and the men are kind of like waiting over here and the women are come on in and they're just jumping in, and going in. The men are kind of like, I need a little more to drink before I can surrender to the dance. And then finally they've got enough liquor to subdue the ego and they surrender to the dance and they're just having a great time, you see. Women are quicker to surrender than men. Men, I don't know. You say, women, no, just let it go, you see. So that's what surrender. Surrender to what? To death. So when your good intentions fail, instead of saying, oh, no, this shouldn't have happened, I should have had more life, you see. No, you surrender to it. This is what is. It's just this. This is life. You surrender to it. And that surrender liberates all of the energy that was holding like this, you see. That energy of holding and resisting and pushing away and complaining and crying and being a victim, you see, all of that energy that holds that, you see, holding is released. And it becomes creative energy. It becomes joy, you see. It doesn't mean you don't feel the pain. Sure, you feel the pain, but it's a joyous pain because you're liberated from it. Even while you're feeling it, you're liberated from it. And that's Zen. And that was what I was talking about last night. If you want to go back and catch last night's talk, my bell rang, so I'm running out of time. But it was the ambiguity, the union of opposites of joy and sorrow that squeezes the heart in ecstasy, in the oh, stop, oh, don't stop. Like when you get a massage and they must find that little spot and they, oh, it hurts so good. No, don't stop. You see what I mean? That's the dance. Thanks for dropping in.